it's gon' get berserk. It's crazy when people like you talk to me about stuff that you don't even know. Tryna ruin the vibe. You better get up and go, she ruined the vibe. That chick cannot stay. Smoked him like some ribs, put him on a plate. Yo. She want a mess, baby, that has got to wait. In the stew, yeah, I whip like Bobby Flay. Set the mood with the goons. Check the wrist, ay, flooded like the pool. Yeah, you know what we came to do. Carry 254, we cannot lose. Yeah, yeah. Is you coming through? Call the climb, man, I'm in the studio. Set the mood before the hype really died down. Set the mood before the hype really died down. The rule has come. I have arrived. I am too sick. No meds are prescribed. Most of these rappers are not dope, but they swear that they lit. Royce Gracie with the choke. Look, I'll make them submit. Ayy, big dreams, EP. That was the start of the race. Hit him with hooks and all that, but that was just part of the base. Being Mello really killing the game. Yeah, you know I really come through. Might go local on you, but I'm not trying to keep my tongue loose. Set the mood with the goons. Check the wrist, ay, flooded like the pool. Yeah, you know what we came to do. Carry 254, we cannot lose. Yeah, yeah. Is you coming through? Call the climb, man, I'm in the studio. Set the mood before the hype really died down. Set the mood before the hype really died down. Set the mood with the goons. Check the wrist, ay, flooded like the pool. You know what we came to do. Carry 254, we cannot lose. Yeah, yeah. Is you coming through? Call the climb, man, I'm in the studio. Set the mood before the hype really died down. Set the mood before the hype really died down.
Yeah. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good, you?
I cannot complain. Welcome to Radio 254. This is the 254 Express. And I remember DMing you in August. So I don't know how it happened. I feel like probably because of Nax. I was super in love with Nax's music. So I feel like maybe just Apple Music or something said there was a new feature or something. So checked it out and I found the EP Shalom.
Yes.
I was like, I listened to it. The cover was interesting, but then it didn't sound like what I expected it to sound like. I don't know, maybe it was a name. I feel like the name sounds a bit weird, if I'm being honest. So it's like, okay, who's this person? But like, I was like, okay, the music I definitely noticed the music. But then I had seen, like a couple emails from you from before. Like I'd seen you'd sent a lot of emails. A lot of music, a lot of emails, even before, like, but like, and I tell people this and it's like the most, like they don't get it. It's like, it's better off if someone finds you sometimes. Like you see, like you can send your music, but like imagine someone discovers you and then they're like, I want to interview you. Like I would, because it's like, it's better than if like you're someone's friend or like you have a big homie who made a phone call for you. Like me, when I used to make music, my music was played on the radio because I paid. Like that was the only way you could get your music played on the radio. They were not playing Kenyan music at the time. So it's like, I feel like on this discovering all this different and diverse Kenyan music, it's when you find a sound that's different and doesn't sound like anything else. And I feel like that's what I found from Shalom. Because whether it was Set the Mood or Open Up, like the records were so different. But that wasn't even your first project. So I'd love to know, one, who are you? And like how you got into music. So I guess I'd love to know, where was Barry Odhiambo born?
I was born here in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
This is my home.
When were you born?
2005.
2005. And you're born in Nairobi. Do you have any siblings?
I have a twin, and then I have younger siblings who are also twins.
Wait, hold up. You have a twin, and then if that wasn't enough, just tried again and got another set of twins.
Yes.
Are they happy with this? Like,
they're just pushing. They're happy.
Okay.
Seems like they're happy.
and your twin is a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
What's the name?
You won't believe it.
Hopefully it's not Barry.
Larry.
It was Barry and Larry.
Yeah.
Okay. These sound like some white names. I won't lie. Like Barry.
I mean,
I don't know. Like I don't see I don't see an N word being called like Larry or Barry. I mean, it sounds.
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. So, does your twin like? Is it like you guys dressing the same way, talking the same way, or it's like who's old? Like I guess what's the dynamic?
When we were younger, we used to wear like the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, and then he's older than me by 1 minute.
Okay.
And yeah.
Is he bigger or do you guys look alike? Are you identical?
Fraternal.
Okay.
But
What does that mean? Some of us are stupid. What does that mean?
Fraternal means you're twins, but you don't look alike. That's it.
So you guys don't even look alike?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the age difference between you guys and the other twins?
It's actually a lot.
Uh-huh.
About distance of 12 years. Just
12 years.
Yeah,
Tell me it's like twin girls.
Nah.
Twin boys.
Girl and boy.
So okay, so they're twins but boy and girl.
Yeah.
And who's older, the girl or the boy?
The boy is older.
Who's smarter though?
Oh, I can't say that. Can't say that about my twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so growing up, where do you go to school? Like, do you remember your first do you remember like where you went to like primary or like kindergarten or anything?
Primary, I went to Riara.
Mm-hmm.
Riara, that's where like that's where I started. Like started Riara. I
Okay.
left a bit early.
Okay.
Yeah, Riara.
Do you remember if you were listening to any music or you liked any music or like was there any involvement with music in your life at that time?
Yeah, I've been playing piano for a long time in my life and singing. Like Riara, I used to have like choirs and stuff. We used to sing, go for these competitions and stuff. Yeah.
Piano, was it like being forced or is something that you wanted to do for yourself?
At first, kind of being forced. When you're okay. My parents just told me, "Yo, start piano lessons." I started. At first, it was like
just you or you and your bro?
Me and my bro actually.
Okay.
Funny enough. And then we did that for a while, and then I continued with it. And
okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what did you want to continue? Like, had you gone so far, you're like, if I've gone this far anyway, I might just continue, or like you actually enjoyed it?
I mean, I think subconsciously, I think that I'd just say I love music in terms of playing, even piano, and as you said, I've been going so far with it. Why not just continue and hone in on that skill?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said you left Riara. Where'd you go?
Went to a school called Roslyn Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's it like? Is there like a shift? Like when you go from Riara to Roslyn, like what's the difference?
It's a big difference. It's a lot more white people there.
Okay. This changes what? Like for you, like okay, cool, you're in Riara, everybody else just looks like you, but now you go to Roslyn. It's a Christian school. It's an American school. Like what's different about Roslyn compared to like Riara for you?
For me,
yeah, because I'm sure it's different for everybody. But like for you, like what's the experience?
Those guys emphasize a lot on God, like Christian like values and stuff. That's something that's different from Riara. Riara, obviously like God, but like it's not pushed as much.
Okay.
A lot more different cultures that I'm seeing. These are like Koreans, like obviously we have Indians here. Koreans, people from states, a lot of people from around the world. It's not only just like white guys there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about the most important thing. Does your music or like when your music taste, but also your music exploration, does that change in any way? Like, do you start seeing you listening to more types of music, or like does it affect like in terms of the music you're listening to? Does the change of schools do anything?
I think me moving to the school I go to, the guys that listen, like the music they listen to there is like American music mainly. I think I gravitated towards that regardless of school. My cousins, they put me on that type of music, like American music.
What kind of music is this we're talking about? Like who?
Kendrick Lamar, that's my favorite rapper.
Okay.
For sure, Kendrick Lamar.
So if you had to pick between Kendrick and J. Cole, who are you picking?
I feel like both their music...
I don't have time for that.
Kendrick
or Cole?
Lamar.
For real? Okay. What about Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick Lamar.
Straight. For real?
That's straight. That's not even argument.
But like, is Kendrick even gonna drop any more? I thought he's done.
He's not done. Do you
Are
know
you
his
sure?
last album? He's been on tour for like the last 3-4 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
So for you, it's Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Okay. So you start listening. So when you're listening to music as a young guy,
Yeah.
you're just listening. Or do you have any childhood experiences where you're like, okay, besides piano, do you ever write or rap?
Yeah. I
Okay.
write, rap, produce actually. Also.
No, like as a kid, like when's
As a kid?
yeah, like besides this piano, because you're doing piano lessons. So like, when's the first time you maybe like write something or freestyle or even think of you as an artist?
I started writing maybe around 2019.
Okay.
A couple of homies. That like before then, I wasn't writing or rapping. I was just interested in the genre, like a bit earlier from that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 2019, what happens?
2019. That time in my life, it's interesting. I was going into music and I was seeing music production through my cousins. And one of my cousins, Sam, rest in peace, he had passed away. And the dream he had was to do music. And that's something that really resonated with me.
Mm-hmm. How old was he?
He was around 19.
19.
19.
And how did he pass away?
Suicide.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and his dream of making music, was that something that he talked about all the time, or just something that he wrote about? Or like, how did you know? I guess, yeah, did you ever talk to him about music? Do you guys have a relationship, or like it was just someone who impacted you through their passing, or you had a relationship?
I had a relationship with him. I didn't talk with him much about doing music, but anything about arts, like that's something we're talking about. Music, like even movies, just anything to do with entertainment. That's the guy I was talking to, like about that stuff. Him and his brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so you start writing. You said you were writing?
Yeah, 2019. That's when I started writing.
Okay.
A bit more serious. Yeah.
In this time of your life in 2019, you're in school, right?
Yeah, I'm in school.
Where I guess, what part of school are you in 2019?
This is like just before high school.
Just before high school.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you writing about?
Nah, it's just too stupid stuff.
Like what?
Man, I'm just trying to sound like a Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. I could just rap about like those times killing the rap game. Just what would the middle schooler talk about in those times? Like,
Okay. And are you rapping on beats? Are you just freestyling? Or do you even know Audacity at this point? Or like, how serious is it? Like, is it just I sound like how were you even recording it?
At that time, no.
Okay.
I was just writing, rapping, and then showing like my homies. Like I just show them, yo, this is what I wrote. Then I rap it out for them, and they're like, yo, okay.
Did they think it was dope? Did they think it was dope?
I mean,
Did you think it was dope? Did they think it was dope? How are people responding to like when you did it?
At first, I was just showing like the homies, and it was like they were like cool because they also had raps that they were writing. Shout out to Danny and Dylan. Yeah, it was just the three of us at first, and we were just like rapping.
Okay, but now you at least you have a bro. Like, when you rapped, would your bro be impressed, or you'd be like, bye, you're trash?
Man, I don't think I'd show my brother, to be honest.
Really?
He doesn't seem interested in anything I'm doing, to be honest. Yeah.
So you're rapping. It's fun. It's cute. When do you like make your first song?
My first song, 2020 with my homie Danny.
Okay.
Our first song, we got mad high pitched voices. Like, those are just.
What's the name of the song?
Living Our Lives.
Okay.
That was such a fun experience making.
What is it? Okay, tell me how you guys recorded it, but what the song was about. Like, how did you guys record it? Like, because now you're making a song. Like, it's not just writing. Tell us about the process, how that was.
School. We just decided let's try do our project on like rapping. So we borrowed some school equipment, and we started like writing.
What kind of school equipment do you have that could help you make a song?
Mic, speakers, and then a laptop.
And the school had all of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we used that. We wrote, and the producer, Gavin, he had made the beat and we were just writing there.
So it was like an original beat?
Yeah, the guy had made the beat.
Like he made, like at that point, like this guy knew how to make beats and like he could make a whole beat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he made the beat and then we started writing some stupid stuff and then, yeah, we ended up recording that song. It was so fun. The master was terrible. I can't lie. Like,
do you guys upload it anywhere?
Yeah, we uploaded it SoundCloud.
Okay.
Maybe YouTube.
So now you post it. What do you guys start saying?
You guys are like, hey, fire, Danny and Barry. That's fire. Like
so your first name out the gate was still Barry?
B Mello. That's
Okay.
like my artist name, but I want
Yeah.
to change that, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how do you get B Mello from Barry?
Okay. So I'll just say my first
And then there's
second name.
Mamello.
Yeah, check.
So it's Barry, Mamello, B Mello.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Man's even texted me that, by the way. But how do you get that from Barry?
I mean, Barry Mamello, obviously, and then from there I just took the first letter of Barry, B, and the last like part.
When you say Mamello, it's obviously, I don't know what that means. What's that?
So Mamello is a South African name. It means patience.
Okay.
Southern Sotho, that's the language.
How would I know this?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Is it like, would you consider it, like, would you say you are a mellow person though? Like, does the mellow part, is that person your personality, or that's just my mellow just coming from the piece shit you're saying?
I mean, Mamello, it means patience. That's something I've seen a lot in my life.
Okay.
In terms of the mellow part, it doesn't necessarily correlate, but in terms of being mellow, I feel like it depends on the setting.
Okay.
Like if I'm doing music, or if music is involved, I'm not like mellow just in the back. I love music. I feel like music brings out energy in me. Like, yeah.
This first song you say the master is bad, but you guys had fun making it.
Oh, we had fun. Wow, I wrote that hook. In fact, I sent a text to my homie of the hook because the original hook was just bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wrote the hook on text. I sent it to him. He's like, "This is bad. This is bad." Then I rapped it for him in real life. He was like, never mind.
Okay.
That's hard. So making that song, shout out to Danny. That's my boy.
So how do you guys now start making more music? So now you figure out, because now you figure out you can do it.
Yeah.
Do you get your own stuff, or you keep using the school stuff?
From time to time, I use school stuff. Like, I've only recorded one other song on there.
Okay.
After that, I kind of chilled out. I was just still writing raps. But then I decided, let me try find a studio.
Okay.
And I headed, it's a cool guy called K.O. Real. He engineers for Nyax a lot of the time. He's a dope studio guy.
So you find him, and that's now you start recording in a studio for the first time. Now you're outside of the schools.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With now the studio, are you with Danny, or you're going to the studio on your ones?
I was going alone.
I'm asking this because I know it's probably different, because you see now when you're with Danny, you guys are just homies, you're creating, but now in the studio it's just like, okay, you've paid, you're told, okay, come. And so like, was that now more different, or was it harder? Or you were going intentionally knowing, okay, I'm going to record this song, or how was that process?
The process of going to the studio, a lot of the time, like even getting ready to go to the studio, I made sure I always had my songs ready. In terms of like, we're doing this track today, let's do this. And I go in there, I do it, we move.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is 2021? You dropped a project.
Yes.
Which was now your first, I guess, debut project.
Yes.
What is the name of that project?
Big Dreams EP.
Big Dreams EP. How many songs?
With 6 songs.
6 songs.
6 songs, yes.
And now this is now all produced by KO, or who produces the project for you, or how does the project come together?
Funny enough, engineered by KO, yes. But there's a variety of producers, including myself, on there.
Okay.
It's me. There's a guy. When I was doing this project with Danny, we reached out to like mad random producers. We found one guy from Russia.
Wow. For real. On SoundCloud, or how do you find this guy from Russia?
IG at the time, we're learning how to network, and we just found a guy from IG who was like, "Yo, I've got dope beats." He sent us, and then I got from him, and then there's one song I got online, like a beat. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm quite curious about something, and I feel like you talk about it in passing, but I feel like it's an important thing.
Yeah.
You talk about producing. And even self-producing. So like as early on as your first project, you were self-producing.
Yes.
How did you learn how to produce, and like how does that make you different as Barry? And like, does the piano shit you were doing as a kid, was it helpful?
Oh, for sure.
Or is it just like, you as a producer, how did that happen?
So I'll have to start. The first time I even saw producing was my cousin. He was producing like remixes, which was so cool to me. And after that, I started messing around on GarageBand. That's like a free app, and I started messing around with that. And I was just like putting like mad weird loops. I was messing around with loops at first, and then 2020, that's when I really started producing. That was around April.
And are you using Logic now?
Yes. I
Okay.
moved from GarageBand to Logic.
Okay.
And
Do you have a MIDI keyboard or a keyboard? Or you're just dragging and dropping.
to this day, I still don't have a MIDI keyboard.
So you're producing just dragging and dropping like loops and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. I find it like my workflow is easy.
Yeah.
that way. Yeah. I started Logic in April, and from there, I started producing. Then some of my first beats ended up on that Big Dreams EP,
Okay.
and yeah, and then from there it's been like that.
So when you released Big Dreams EP, what were you thinking? Were you thinking, hey guys, I've dropped a project? Like, what's in your head? Like when you're putting together the EP, like what's your goal? Like, are you doing it for fun? Are you trying to blow up? Like with Big Dreams, what were you thinking at that point? At that point when you're now putting together a project, producing some for yourself, talking to different producers, trying different songs. Like again, what was the agenda?
The agenda there, honestly, it was to make. At the time, like now I'm thinking about it, it's not as cohesive, but at the time it was like I want to make something kind of cohesive, in which like even the flow of songs, like if you listen to the actual project in order, there's kind of like an order to it. See, I at the time I was listening to a lot of Biggie, Tupac, and just listening to the way they kind of sequenced the albums. That's some dope stuff to me. Biggie albums, that's like a guy gets shot at the end of the track, and then the next song is about this. That's so hard to me, and I was listening to that and studying a lot of that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Did you have but when you're doing Big Dreams, would you say you had a sound? Like, did you have like, this is what B Mello sounds like, or this is what Barry Mello? Like, could someone say, oh, that's a B Mello song?
Right now, no. Honestly, I mean, even at that time, no. At that time, I just hopped on trap beats. Trap is what I kind of started on in terms of rapping, because I feel like trap, that's kind of like for this generation, it's kind of basic. Like you just hop on trap, you learn how to rap there, then you hop on to other things. I started there, but I wouldn't say trap is my sound. I don't want to kind of be constricted to that, to be honest.
So I'm curious, by the time you've gone to the studio and made a whole EP, worked with different producers, your family's seen you do this for a bit.
Yeah.
What are they thinking? Like, are they like, okay, this guy has a phase, he's just rapping here? Like, I guess, you know, from your parents to your brother who's your twin, like, are they getting, you know, at this point, are you like, okay, you've made your first EP, are they getting it? Do they like the music? Like, what are people who know you saying? Home and school.
School, some homies are rocking with it, some are clowning, Hidogo. My parents, they're kind of like, oh, it's just a small project he's doing. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when I DM'd you in August, you said you were in school. So I'm curious, what are you doing right now? Like, are you in school? Where are you going to school? What are you studying? Like, what are you doing? What's your day to day like right now?
I closed school today. Today's Friday.
Yeah.
I closed school today. High school will be back in January. My daily schedule, it's just school, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm not studying anything specific. I'm in high school still.
Are you still at Roslyn?
Yeah, still at Roslyn.
Okay. And are you in 11th grade, 12th grade? What grade are you in? 10th?
11th.
Okay, 11th.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like, so forgive me for asking, but like, in the scene, right now, your peers especially, who are you a fan of? Like
Kenyan guys.
Yeah, like who?
I can talk about this a lot.
Yeah, like who put us on? Who you fucking with? Who do you like? Like what are you listening to and enjoying and a fan of?
Recently, Kiggs. Have you heard his new album?
Yes.
Been listening to that a lot.
Okay.
Kiggs, Mask. He dropped a fire album this year. Kanzu. I'm actually working with some of these guys.
Okay. I see that you have a new song out and Kiggs is featured on that.
Yeah. So him. Kahush, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not dropped in a while, but it's come. A lot of guys. This guy is sitting in front of me here. Drayvon, hard guy.
Okay.
This guy is dope. Brooklyn Boys. A lot of those Cobbs. A lot of guys. I really rock with. And Kabuga, a dope guy called Kabuga.
Shout out Kabuga.
It's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of these guys influence me. I really love hearing their music. Yeah.
Do you like it because it's Kenyan, or do you like it because it's music you can relate to? What do you like about the music?
I love it because it's good music. I don't like when guys just support something. Oh, they're Kenyan. Oh, let's just support. You know, we also want the art to be good. Let's not just put ourselves down like that. The art, the music I'm listening to, Akina Kigs, Kahush, Kanzu, all these guys. They're dope. This is not music I'm just supporting. Oh, they're Kenyan. Let me support. This is good music.
Okay.
I believe that.
So like, if you were to like put someone on like the local, like play me Kenyan music, like play me one Kenyan song. If someone told you like play me one Kenyan song that you do, like that's the one song you're showing off for Kenya, what song would you show off with?
Kamata by Cobbs.
Why and why that song?
That song is, first off, the producer on there, Cap. You know Cap?
Yeah.
Cap, that guy's also so hard at producing. The beats fire, hook, whole song is just good, and that's music I can vibe to. That's an amazing song, I have to say.
And in terms of producers, which kind of producers have you worked with?
I've not worked with that many, honestly. In terms of like beats and stuff, normally I feel like I'm the guy kind of working with artists in terms of producing and working with producers here.
So you produce for other artists?
I'm producing right now. I can't necessarily confirm, this is coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, you've, besides producing for yourself, like you've also produced for other people?
Yes, I have.
But nothing that's out yet?
Yeah, that's, you know those ones where it's like you can't say, it's out. And yeah.
Well, don't jinx it.
Yeah, let me just
definitely don't jinx it. But then with, I guess, the journey you're on, how does Shalom EP come about? Because then here we are, you put together Big Dreams, and then like, okay, you continue on, then you put together another project which you dropped this year. So between 2021, when you drop the first project and the second project, I guess, what's going on in your life? What do you learn? Like, how does the second project now come about? And the difference, and what do you learn so that you can put it into the growth of the second project?
The time in between that, I was really improving my production. Like Shalom EP, that's all produced by me.
Everything. Wow.
Yeah. My production was improving, and I was just making beats constantly. And I was also trying to send it out to guys, and a lot of guys were like, "Nah, they don't want." But then I was like, "Yo, let me just try rap on these things." Even though I've rapped it before, let me still try to do that. In that time, I was really trying to make kind of better music and tried to work with other people. That's how I ended up working with Nyaks.
Okay.
That track.
So is it hard? Like you guys shared the same engineer. So how do you approach her? Like, is it like, had she heard the music before, or like how do you like how did that song come about? Open up.
Honestly, I just told her, "Yo, I rock with your music," and then I sent her the beat. And I think I'd sent her the lyrics. I don't know what I was doing. I just sent her the lyrics. I was just like, "Yo," I'd had that a long time ago, and I was like, "Yo, that's someone I don't want to work with." And I kind of sent her the beat. We chopped it up. We ended up recording it. I had to record it on different days. She wasn't able to come for that specific day, but the song came out, and yeah.
Is it hard to shoot videos? Like at the stage you're at right now, is it hard to shoot videos, and like how important are videos?
Recording videos, I have a low trust factor with a lot of.
You have a what?
Low trust factor with a lot of videographers these days, man.
Because,
man, sometimes I feel like, maybe let's say you're in a lesser position than someone. I think they sometimes view you in a certain way that just makes you feel like, nah. Even the work they produce, comparing it to, like, let's say the work you've seen them do, the work they do for you doesn't look the same. Even though I really rock with the videographers I've worked with, it's just sometimes I feel like there's some kind of view that they have on us.
I have a interesting question.
Yeah.
Could you tell them this? Like, in terms of feedback, if you're, hypothetically, if you're paying someone, you should be able to tell them, okay, I don't fuck with this edit or something, like, I guess, like, how do you... So my mom is an interesting character. I hate going to restaurants with her because if she doesn't like something on the food, she's going to cuss out the waiter. Like, she's in a point in her life where she doesn't need your validation and she's paying for the fucking food. So fucking respect her.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, if you give me bad shit, like, I'll just sit there and I'm just going to be like, thanks. And my mom's going to cuss you out, get you in the fucking kitchen and clean that shit. So, like, it's like, if I paid you for a video, whether it was 5 bands or 10 bands or 15 bands, shouldn't I be able to be like, yo, I need the green, can you help me with color grading on the green on this? Or like, I guess, how? Because you see, it's back to something you said, and I agree with you, but I see the problem being, how do you provide feedback? Okay, cool. The song is not, because you said we should support good Kenyan music, but if the song's not good, let's say you send me an email here. I got an email. I see your email, and I'm like, this song is shit. I can't do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I'm paying you 50 racks for a video and you give me a shitty product, I'm gonna be asking you, hey, I paid you for a video. You're Moke, clearly, or whatever your name is. So I guess the feedback loop has to, if you're working with people who they're videographers for you, there needs to be a feedback loop. But then as an artist, I guess, are you getting feedback? And is that helping you make your music better?
My music,
does anyone tell you, okay, maybe you could do this better? Or like, you know how your homies were telling you, okay, when you texted it to me, it didn't sound hard, but then when you said it in person, it was hard. Like, is feedback happening?
I always ask for feedback, but I also understand that I can't necessarily take feedback from the whole world. Like, that's impossible. Like, I take feedback from guys I genuinely respect, like guys that will come to you, tell me the truth. That doesn't mean, I feel like guys just mistake truth for being bashed and completely like beaten up, like this is terrible. I mean, I always love constructive criticism. Constructive doesn't necessarily mean kind, like, oh, you could change this. This is like, yo, change this. Let's see how it goes. It's like, I appreciate all those type of comments, but I know I can't take comments from the whole world. That's quite impossible. But I do take comments from producers I respect, even listeners, normal listeners I respect. And yeah.
So at this point of the interview, usually I'm able to ask the person like what they did after high school. But for you, you're still a kid, So I guess the date is December 16th, 2022. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Honestly,
I mean, you have a face of beards and you're in high school, so it's confusing. You look grown up, but what do you want to do after high school? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a businessman and an artist and doing the same things I'm doing now.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a vision of what that looks like?
Yeah. The vision I have personally is a production company that incorporates. I wanted to push Kenyan music, honestly. Like seeing something like Radio 254. I've been listening for a long time. 2020 for me. And seeing people like you guys push Kenyan music, that's something that I resonate with, because you guys are not just like you're not held under the stigma that all Kenyan music is bad. And I feel like there's so much talent in Africa and in Kenya, to the point I want to do something that kind of magnifies that. A production company that includes not only music, could be film, videography, photography, fashion. That's something I've even been seeing. I've been seeing it.
Yeah, the agenda worldwide.
The agenda worldwide. I'm copying hats on Monday.
Yeah.
Quick. That's something that I'm seeing so much talent here that I want to be part of it and try do my part in terms of promoting it, in terms of kind of bringing it to surface.
What do your parents do?
My dad's uses his knowledge as a former vet to do business in vet medicine.
Okay.
And my mom, she's a lawyer and she works at the UN.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they get it?
I don't think they do. My mom, she's a bit more lenient. But, I don't think they do necessarily.
So, where are you right now? Where do they think you are right now?
I told my dad I'm leaving at 8.
No,
It's
no,
not.
like leaving here.
Yeah.
Ha! This nigga dead.
My dad, no.
But I'm asking because do they know you're at a radio interview?
Yes, I told them that.
Do they know your music is getting played on radio?
I feel like they don't know like a lot of that. I tried to tell them that, but
whose job? Okay, whose job is it? And I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm just I'm wondering. Okay, whose job is it to tell them one about the music, but also about like what you do want to do or what you want to pursue? Like, because I feel like it's on. I'm sorry to be preaching, but I feel like it's only you. It's only you who can one prove to them, but also show them. Because of course, one, you'll tell them that's cute, but then they're gonna want to see you like go through it. Okay, how serious are you about this? So for you, it's I guess I guess you're the one who's living it. What is it like right now?
Right now, I'm trying to kind of show my parents that what I'm trying to do is serious.
Have they had at least shalom? Because that shit is beautiful.
Yeah, they have. Recently is when my dad started even playing my music, like in terms of listening. Like that's something. Like there's a song he listens to called "Come Over" on my first project, Big Dreams EP. That's something he listens to, and even my siblings like that song.
Okay.
That's kind of the first step in terms of like, not first step, but in terms of like even just playing my music, kind of acknowledging it like that. Yeah, but I'm always trying to push. It's not that I'm just super quiet and kind of just moving along. But I do feel, as you said, I kind of need to take more responsibility in terms of telling them this is what I want to do. But I will say it's not that I'm just quiet. I'm also trying to push it to them. I don't know if I can say this on air. I'm supposed to have a show tomorrow. Also, shout out Tant Entertainment. There's a show tomorrow, but I can't go for that show.
Why?
My parents are beefing.
Beefing with you or with the promoters?
Not promoters, me. Like setting, and my parents are just tight, honestly.
So are you gonna go?
No.
So I saw the poster.
Yeah.
I guess can we talk about it? So you saying you can't go?
Yeah.
Or you won't be performing, but you want to go?
Yes.
So how do we get you to go? How do we cause a ruckus? Let's fuck shit up. Like
my folks will kill me, man. That's the problem. My folks, like, I tried to tell them about the show. I'd even told them in advance, yo, there's this show that is happening. It's not that I told them, oh, I'm going tomorrow.
so okay, like Jana night was NSK night. Like if you said, yo, I'm going, like, are you allowed to go to NSK, for example? Or we had school. I guess you had school today, so I don't know. Oh yeah. So like, what can you and can't you do right now?
It depends on the timing, and also I feel like,
Because like right now we're like 42 minutes late
Yeah.
according to you. But like I don't know, like how I guess what's your plan? How are you gonna navigate this? Because you performing would be super dope for people to get to experience your music live in person and see more of you. But then you live under someone else's roof, so you also need to like
find out.
yeah. I mean, so I guess. Could you do day gigs? Could they let you go out and do like a day gig? Can you
Most
like
likely,
like a day party, pool party for the youth dementing? Like
Exactly.
I'm sure there's compromise.
Maybe if it's a day thing. At night, the things they'll pull on me, I'm underage. I'm
Okay.
17. At a club at night with no ID. That's what they'll just tell me. And it's like, now
So
what do I
so how
say?
much longer do you have to wait?
Until June next year.
Okay.
And you know, the thing is with these things, it's not like I'm out here just trying to go party and whatever. I want to actually perform. I want to go to radio stations like this one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just really want to show my art and perform. That's what I love.
The music for you. What does it mean?
It means a lot. I feel like I hear music everywhere I am. Like even just hearing the studio, like this stuff makes me happy. Being in the studio, seeing guys record, doesn't have to be me. Many times I'm the fly on the wall. I don't have to be the main guy at the front. At let me go rap a verse. Or, you know what I'm saying? Just hearing music and just being a part of it, seeing other people excited. That's something I love. It's not just. I just love music. I can't even explain it, to be honest.
Okay.
I can't pinpoint it like this, but that's something that's part of my life and part of me.
People in school, they know you do this.
Yeah, a lot of guys.
Do they ask you to like perform in school and do stuff, or like even how does that work?
I've performed in school before.
Other schools?
Other schools. Funny enough, I was supposed to have a show at, what do you call it? Was it Rusinga? Rusinga. It was like a school day and I couldn't go.
I feel like the thing you need to get rid of is school and your parents.
Yeah.
but that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
If they disappear, I don't want none of this.
Yeah.
But like,
Okay.
but like, so you're making music. It's a happy place for you, but then you're at a place in your life where school and your parents is kind of like what also has to happen right now, right?
Yeah, true.
So now, as you're now on holiday, do you have plans for the holiday? And like, does that involve like family? Does that involve music? I guess what plans do you have for Christmas?
Christmas, I'm mainly producing
Mm-hmm.
and thinking about next year's releases. I want to make a lot more songs. I have songs that I'm dropping next year, but I want to plan a lot for more for releases. I'm trying to step back on projects. I feel like singles are a good way to promote yourself in terms of there's a lot of content you can drop behind a single than the next single, and I'm learning a lot more about kind of business networking aspect of it and kind of growing a fan base. That's what I really want to hone in on next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have songs that are already recorded and now just figuring out when you're going to release them, or like are you going into like creating mode right now?
I only have a couple. I've worked with some producers, though, man. Those guys they're not dropping those songs anytime soon from what I'm hearing. But in terms of productions of mine, I have one that I really do want to drop soon, but I want to make a lot more. I'm in creative mode right now.
Okay.
This Christmas break, it's producing, writing, yeah.
Who do you want to work with? I guess features, dream features, collabs, producers, like I guess manifest out here. Like who would you like to work with?
I feel like a lot of the people, I still need to think about that. I always think at the end of the year, this is the guys I want to work with.
Okay.
Funny enough, last year, I'd been thinking about working with guys like Kigs,
Yes.
Kabuga, Kanzu, and it did happen this year.
Okay.
So I have to think about that. And I think I already know the guys I want to kind of work a lot more with in terms of like producing for them, because I feel like just shooting like random emails like, oh, this is my beat, listen to it. That's kind of like, nah. Those guys are not just going to listen and, oh, this guy's hard, yo, be Mello. Nah, it doesn't work like that. I've seen. And the guys who rock with me right now, those are people I want to produce for, because not only is it you're working with them, building a catalog with them, your work is also seen by other artists. The artists you want to get to and you're not getting to them, they are seeing these Akina Kabuga and all of these guys, talented people. And I feel like me working with different people, like, or the people I'm saying like this, it can get me seen by the collaborators that I just can't reach yet.
Uni-wise, would you want to go to uni overseas or stay here? And I guess like how would that affect like, making music for you?
I'm planning to go overseas, but that doesn't mean I'm stopping music.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you? Where are you applying to? Have you started applying yet?
Not yet.
Okay. What do you plan on applying to?
I'm planning to go to France.
Okay.
That's the plan for me right now.
Why France? The guy's following a shorty.
Nah.
What's in France?
So I had the amazing privilege to go to on a trip to France, and that trip, I feel like just seeing even then Shalom EP, a lot of it was kind of made during that trip to like Europe.
Okay.
I'd come with my friend Joy, shout out Joy. She was taking pictures for me. I was producing music, I was editing photos. It's just I felt a certain workflow there, and in France there's good business schools, and that's something I want to go into, business, as I had said before. And
do you feel like can you speak the language? Have you studied like French in school at all or no?
Yes, I have been studying for a long time.
Can you speak?
Yes, I can.
Like you can order shit, like you're able to get like croissants and coffee and water or whatever.
I'd be confident in that.
For real?
I want to still improve, but yeah.
Okay, how can you say I'm at Radio 254 in French?
J'ai dans le radio, should I say it in French? 254?
Yeah.
254. That's like.
Okay.
Je suis dans le bâtiment de radio 254.
So like you actually can speak you can actually say a few words.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
And though I'm trying to improve, I want to learn Jalou.
For real. So who's gonna teach you?
Yes.
Who's gonna teach you?
Bro, my parents. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. Sorry, my parents. These guys are always like, "Hey, how come you people don't know?" But these are the people that raised us, yet they did not speak with us.
So I must like how you. So if you were to learn the Luo, for example, where would you learn from?
I'm learning at home. Some of my aunties, we just talk Kidogo.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm trying that. And also, even I don't know if you'd find Zaluo online. But I'm trying. Like I genuinely want that.
Like an app or some shit.
I don't know if like Duolingo does that type of stuff. Or like Atijaluo. I don't know if they have that online, but I want to learn that. That's cool to me. I love my culture. I'm trying to learn more.
Is there anything you feel like you can share in your music?
I feel like everything at some point will come out. Maybe it's just timing in terms of, am I ready to share this? Am I willing to say this? And it's timing a lot of the time. And if I'm ready, and it's not even always about not being ready to share in terms of or releasing the song. It's also even writing the process. You know, you have to live life and kind of understand these moments in your life. And I feel like that's very important.
As the songs you've made that you can't listen to anymore? Like either the old, like the first ones because of the quality or just because of shit you were saying, or like, I guess all of them are your babies.
Quality and sometimes if the quality is just bad, I'm not going to be listening to that song a lot. But if it's something that I rock with a lot, it depends. I think I get tired of my music at times in terms of like my old projects. I don't listen to my songs that much that are out.
Okay.
Like before they're out, I'm jamming. That's the song I'll play every day. But when it's out, it's out. And I don't listen to it that much. Yeah.
Okay. So, I am very honored to have had the chance to sit down with you and just understand the person behind the music. As we wrap up, I'd love to know from you, the world is your oyster. Literally, the future could go anywhere you choose to take it. I'm 1000% certain that if we do sit down a year from now, for example, in December, life will be very different for you. In the sense of you'll be 18. So if you want to go to NSK and fuck shit up, you can. You know, like you probably have come back home from the holidays and you'll be in uni now and life will be so different. I'm even sure like the things you're worrying about now won't matter. But I don't know if you've thought that far ahead, but as Barry, as a human, as someone who's going through life and trying to figuring it out, I guess what are you enjoying the most about this moment? Because I'm sure there's shit that's not working and that's life. But like, I guess, what do you feel about this moment? You're like, I appreciate this moment because it's teaching me something. Like, what are you learning in this moment that's like, I feel like is valuable to you, that could be valuable for someone else as well? Like, what would you tell someone, a lesson about life you've learned so far?
I'd say believe, because believe it or not, 2020, I was listening to this radio, so many interviews, gigs. I don't know if Kahush had come here, Mas, Cobbs, these guys. These were people I still look up to, and this is stuff I imagine myself doing, in terms of if this guy Jokia comes and asks me this. In fact, I've basically anticipated this question because I've been listening a lot and kind of understanding and really believing and being positive. I think that's so important. Being positive regardless of your situation, smiling, appreciating, just breath. Like, breath is so important. Life moments like this, even though I should be at home right now. Just being here with my guys, Namiri, Alex, these are people that could have been elsewhere today, to be honest. Guys are at NSK right now. But they came here to my radio interview. These are moments I appreciate. Guys were just in the studio listening to Rihanna's music. Like, that's just experience that I love. Like, just being out there and believing in what you're doing, and believing that it can actually happen and doing it. I feel like procrastination is such a terrible thing. And actually, when you do something, when you end up doing it, you'll realize that wasn't that hard.
Of course, it's only hard when you've not done it.
Yeah.
But when you realize when you've done it, you realize it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
But you just had to start. But Barry, the hardest thing is starting.
Exactly.
The hardest thing is starting. If everybody could start, like if everybody could, like like a lot of people waste time excuses, stories. Like it's easier. Like it's easy to make excuses. It's hard to actually do stuff. But then, I feel like a lot of times what I've been learning about life is that we become like our own worst enemies. And like, there's people who are my friends, and I love them dearly, and I'd love to help them. But they don't want to be helped. Or like there's like my little brother who, he's not little, he's 25, but I'd love for him to not like have to make the same mistakes I've made, or I'd love for him to like learn from my experiences, because I've lived through life, so you don't have to. And I feel like that's the same even as like a parent. As a parent, like you realize, okay, cool, like I can yell at this kid, I can hit this kid, I could do, but like you have to learn like love. Like, it's like, okay, maybe they're not listening, but I'm still going to I'm going to tell my kid not to go for this radio interview. And I want my kid to focus on school, but my kid's going to do what my kid wants to do. So like, there's not much I can stop them, but like, at least I tell them, so it's like, the older I get, the more I realize your parents will teach you right and wrong. And then the unfortunate day will come where your parents will go. And then you know what happens when your parents are gone? No one can tell you shit. But if you were lucky, you'll have a parent who, when they were there, they told you the difference between right and wrong. Mm-hmm. So the best thing a parent can do for you is leave you knowing right and wrong. Your actions, that's on you. See, I told you what right and wrong is. Yes. Like, if I'm gone, when you choose to do right and wrong, I feel like so long as you know the difference. So, for example, where someone might say, you being here is wrong, you have a reason why this is where you should be right now. Sindio?
Yeah.
It's an action which you've taken,
True.
But someone's also taught you what they think is best for you. I guess, like, as we finalize, it's 9 p.m. right now. What's best for you right now? What's best for Mello right now? According to Mello, what's best for you?
Listening to my parents, valuing what they're saying. As I believe my parents have such valuable information. I listen to them all the time. But at the same time, kind of trying to navigate my way. Obviously, my parents have lived life, but the path I'm taking, it's not normal. I don't know anyone apart from my cousin who was doing music in my family. In terms of, my parents are worried a lot about like what, I don't know, maybe I could be doing outside and like at these times. Me, honestly, all I care about is music. I don't really care about like party, like lifestyle, none of that. Like all I want is to do is music, producing, rapping, performing. That's all I want. You give me that. And that doesn't mean like I forget school and stuff. School, that's something I have to stay focused on. I work on it because I want good education. It's not just that I just want to go rap and whatever.
Yeah.
I want to be able to pursue my music and education at the same time and just grow with it and not be held back by, you can't balance music and yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for listening. I feel inspired. I feel like I know more about life, but even more about the artist Mello. And fortunately or unfortunately for you guys, tumeongea sana. But I want to not end the talking with just talking. I want you guys to listen to the music. So I want to play the Shalom EP for you guys, so you can actually get a chance to hear the music from the person we've been talking to. I feel like it's going to help connect the dots. So I want us to get into that. It's a short and sweet project. It's got a few songs, 4 songs to be specific. So I'm going to run that up in its entirety. So please. He's got a new record out. It's called Danny and Rusty featuring Kiggs. So definitely check that out on streaming platforms. His name is Mello, Barry Mello. Remember the name. support the music. He's got a couple EPs and projects online. Big Dreams. He's got a single called Aim for the Head. And just new music's gonna be coming your way. So stay tuned. You don't know what's gonna be coming, so definitely keep following Mello, Barry Mello. Check him out on socials. Check out the music. But hey, minus let you guys know, we are proudly sponsored by Black and White Whiskey, made for sharing, better together. So whatever plans you have for the weekend, if it's a real plan, it needs to have Black and White involved. Please remember that alcohol is not for sale to persons under the age of 18. So please drink responsibly and share with someone you love. I'm gonna give you guys a quick ad from the sponsor and then get you guys the Mello Shalom EP project. So enjoy. Bye.
The Scotch whiskey made for sharing. Enjoy its smooth, delicious taste on the rocks or mix, perfect with lively conversations and with friends that have become family. So pull up a chair, because like whiskey shared with friends and like our charming dogs, everything is better together.